Hello, everyone, and welcome to something that I was meaning to get out earlier, but I had to spend some time making some new scene screens. I decided to edit my scenes for Get Psyched, which is basically my starting soon screen, and my Hang Tight screen, which just means BRB. As you can see, both of these are actually screenshots from Hypnospace Outlaw. We have the Get Psyched one, which is Gray's Peak. Um, actually, I find it really coincidental that this is called Get Psyched. And the picture in question is talking about the cool punks in the game being excited for something, and people clamoring for something to make its way to stores. Um, and then for Hang Tight, it's just, I don't know, I just thought it'd be nice to do that. But anyway, so you're probably wondering, so got any games you're going to be playing? Kind of. So I wanted to do something different this stream where I would be focusing on my expectations, my speculations, and my hopes, and what I don't think is going to be at the Summer Game Fest, which is starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. So, I mean my time, by the way, 1 p.m. So I should say, by the way, that as far as I'm aware, co-streaming and to that extent, people live streaming their own reactions like I will, that's perfectly fine. Like, I know that Jeff Keighley has worked extraordinarily hard to make it to where anybody who wants to live stream their own reactions to the event can do so. They don't even have to sign up unless you want to have like your own media kit and stuff that they'll send you, but I have not applied for that because I go my own way. But make of that what you will. Yeah, so what I was originally planning on doing for the game, pardon me, I'm just adjusting the monitor. What I was originally planning on doing tonight was I was going to play a game called Toy Story 3. I remember playing it on PS3. Toy Story 3 on PS3. And the movie came out during that era, so. And I remember that it was on Steam. So, yesterday I got my allowance, and I thought today maybe I should splurge a little bit, reward myself. So I got, on an unrelated note, I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered. Yes, I know it's an Activision game. Let me just say this. It's perfectly okay to buy a game from a developer, but still denounce said developer for any wrongdoings that they have done. Alright? I'm not saying that the games are bad. It's just the way the employment has been there. So, any people who are victims of the stuff going on in Activision, I stand with you. Anybody who has been doing the wrongdoings, take a hike. Because, nobody needs mean people in the work industry at all. Whatever happened to good, honest work with good qualities? Oh yeah, it went out the window. Ironically enough, I'm actually sitting in front of a window. But my point being, so whenever I got the game, Toy Story 3, which by the way, if you want to get it, first of all, don't, and I'll explain why in a moment, but it is $20 if you have, and this is going to sound really confusing, but I'll explain. Make sure you have Windows 7. Not Windows 10, not Windows 8, not 8.1, Windows 7. At the latest. The reason being is because I got that game I installed it, which luckily it was about 4 gigs. You know, it was 1.7. No, not one. It was 3.77 gigs. Not bad, right? I proceeded to try and boot up the game, and the first time, nothing showed up. It asked me if I would be okay with it making any changes to the computer, which luckily it didn't do anything drastic. It was just, making sure that everything was okay enough to play it. So I said, yeah, okay. Nothing happened. And so I tried again, only for Steam to say, this app is already running. But the thing is, the only thing I actually saw was just this. Like, I didn't see the icon for the game itself. So I checked on my phone to make sure nothing bad happened, and I saw that my name tag was green, which means that somebody is playing something. Sure enough, it said I was playing the game. So I had to quit out of the game from Steam, try again, and this time, what happened was it asked me something again. I said yes, again. It proceeded to, after a minute, load into a black screen, but it still played the audio for the logo animations they do whenever you start up a game. And then it proceeded to get to a screen that had the Toy Story 3 logo with a loading symbol, which is just 2 gears. They ran slowly, and then it crashed. And so it was a lather, rinse, repeat process over and over and over before I very quickly realized I don't think this thing is really compatible with, Windows 10. And so I even looked up on Steam if other people had the same issue. Yes, it's not just me. And bear in mind, my PC, had it not been for that, it would have been perfect at running that. It wouldn't have been stressful at all. So, guess who had to file for a refund request? Me. Because if I would have known that was going to happen, I would have put the $40 I put on Steam towards something else. So I essentially wasted $20 on something that didn't even work. Now, granted, you're probably thinking, well, wait. How do you know you wasted the money? Surely there's something you gotta do, right? Remember how I said that, make sure you have Windows 7 at the latest? The reason being is because on the actual store page, that's what it says. That's literally what it says, is Windows 7. It didn't say Windows 8, it didn't say Windows 10. Granted, those operating systems didn't even exist at the time that game came out. But here's the weird thing. That game literally got an update in December last year, in 2021. That would allow for 1080p resolution, and it added controller support. So you're probably thinking, well, maybe you just set up something wrong, right? Bear in mind, typically when you download a game on Steam, mainly games that are meant to be running on a newer hardware, you would think that it would work straight from the get-go, with very little setup, if at all. Not for this. So, I'm hoping that my request is accepted and I get my money back. Because, my god, that was, yeah. To make matters worse, allergies have been kicking my ass again. Which is, not fun. But, yeah. Anyway, sit tight. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna clean out my nose because it's stuffy. Because, allergies. Allergies suck. But I'll be back in a moment and we will get to this discussion. I'm back. So first things first, I'm actually going to turn off the desktop audio. So now that you can hear me, I'm going to turn off the webcam now. I said off the webcam, not off the audio of the webcam. There we go. So you're probably thinking, so... excuse me. What can we expect from the Game Awards? Well, first things first, Jeff Keighley has recently said that this will be focusing primarily on announced games. But he also said that there will be a few surprises. It says here, journalist and presenter Jeff Keighley has urged viewers to manage your expectations ahead of this week's Summer Game Fest livestream, which he said will be focused primarily on already announced games. Speaking during a Twitter Spaces audio session this weekend, transcribed by VGC, Keighley said he was very excited about the content set to feature in the show, which he said will include massive games alongside independent titles and new teams showcasing their projects for the first time. Keighley claimed the show would include exclusive games for both Xbox and Switch, but said that Microsoft would likely keep its biggest hitters for its own showcase, and was unclear if Nintendo itself is involved with SGF. We'd love to have them involved if and when they're ready. He also urged I was about to say vehicles. He also urged viewers to rein in their expectations in terms of any megaton shocks they might be announcing or expecting, and called some of the rumors he had seen online crazy. This is a really exciting weekend for me because I finally get to see things we've been talking about to people for months, Keighley told listeners on Twitter. We've obviously announced a bunch of things since I last talked to you guys in terms of world premieres and announcements that will be at the show. We talked about the Callisto Protocol, that'll be there. We'll have the first gameplay demo you guys probably saw the trailer for. We're excited to show that to you. We'll have the first level playthrough of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That game looks really incredible, and we're excited to showcase that for you as well on Thursday. We'll have a reveal and some news about Gotham Knights, and some new footage of that game as well. Cuphead The Delicious Last Course is really coming out on June 30th, just over 3 weeks away. And we'll have some new footage, and CEO MDHR joining us as well for that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson will be stopping by. If you played the Fortnite Collision event yesterday, by the way, this article was from two days ago, so like I did, you saw the foundation in there, which was tons of fun, so we'll look forward to hearing from him. Yeah, so, right, so, right here, he does say, like, earlier it was said that, it'll be primarily focused on already announced games, but he does also say that we have a couple of new announcements and some surprises. But it's primarily focused on stuff that's already been announced. But the thing is, though, you're probably wondering, how long is this? Well, about an hour and a half to 2 hours long. Now, bear in mind, this live stream is starting at 1 p.m. Just just to reiterate, not reiterate, but just to confirm, the event itself is going to be what the... This has changed a lot. Anyway, yeah, so, it says here, yeah, so, for me, it would be 1 p.m., and, it's gonna be crazy, because, here's the thing. I have a funny feeling that Sony's gonna be there, because I know they had the State of Play last week, which was something that a lot of people were kind of expecting, but also not expecting. Because I personally was hoping for a showcase, but you know, they typically announce that a week in advance, and they did that for the State of Play here. But I feel like this showcase here that we're gonna have, it's gonna be a big one that we weren't expecting. Now, granted, he did say that it was gonna be focusing primarily on games that have already been announced, but that doesn't mean there can't be any surprises. You know, so pardon me clearing my throat, it's just throat mucus. Anyway, so you know what? No, we're not gonna play a game. So you're probably thinking, okay, so what are your hopes? The first thing I'm hoping for, and I know this is gonna be kind of a stretch. No, it's not PlayStation Home, but I will get to that in a moment. A update regarding The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, which has yet to be named, but here's the thing. That's just wishful thinking. And what you're seeing here is why. Because Nintendo isn't going to be there. So actually just cross that first thing off the list. The second thing would be PlayStation Home then, because I was about to get to that. And you're probably thinking, well, what makes you think PlayStation Home would be there? There have been times during the Summer Game Fest where they announce like a free-to-play game or something like that, and it happens to launch during that showcase. Trust me, there have been times. I know it's a little weird, but it makes sense. Like, okay, so I'm just gonna pretend that this actually does happen. So like, pretend we're watching the event, and then Jeff Keighley says, now, this next game is something that has technically been around on PlayStation 3 as a beta, but it closed down back in 2015. But now, 6 years later, it's coming back, and it's coming back... Wait, no, not 6, 7. But now, 7 years later, is coming back on PS5, free to play right now. Here is your first look at PlayStation Home. Dong. Yeah. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's just wishful thinking. But when you consider the fact that a few months ago, Jeff Keighley actually had a Twitter Space thing going on. I think they called them sessions. And someone had asked him if he thinks that PlayStation Home would have a lot of potential in today's world. he said that he absolutely does see a lot of potential in the return of PlayStation Home given the technology we have now. And I tend to agree, because PlayStation Home would be perfect on PS5. And, yeah. Now, the next thing I'm hoping to see is, well, I'm not really sure, actually. Like, I'm really not sure. All I know is, I think that, that state of play that we had last week is just the beginning of what's to come. And I know that we also have, this. I'm not going to be paying attention to it, or this. I'm going to be watching this when I'm not doing live coverage of it, or live reactions. Or this, or this, or this. But I will be watching this, though. Especially because, there was a game that I, was really excited for that got announced back in, I want to say March, I think. You guys might have remembered on YouTube. If you watch my YouTube channel, you'll no doubt have seen my live reaction to the Hypnospace Next video that was going on. But they announced a game called Dream Settler alongside a first-person shooter called Slayer X something. I forgot the name of it. It's a lengthy name, but it looks really cool. Anyway, yeah, here it is. So yeah, I'm expecting that game to be at the PC Gaming Showcase. And the reason why I say that is because Hypnospace Outlaw, the game that's a sequel to, it came out on PC first, and then on consoles a year later. So there's that. But it's also possible that it could be talked about here during Summer Game Fest, but I'm not for certain. What I will say though is that either way, I'm hoping that's there in any of these events. Not this one though, because this is Xbox. Xbox! I think it just ruined my throat there. Oh, by the way, hey Capcom, when are you gonna, do something about Mega Man? Because they clearly don't care about him since they canceled They canceled Mega Man Legends 3, not Mother 3. Mother 3 is a real game, but it's not here in America. Officially. Which sucks. Alright. Anyway, so another game that I hope gets talked about there is God of War Ragnarok. I feel like it's gonna be there. I mean, come on. Why else would Sony, PlayStation, you know what I mean? Why else would they be there? Sega's there. Actually, look at all these people. Huh? Look at that. Seriously. Just crazy. Yeah. Also, I know Sonic Frontiers is going to be there. I know that for a fact. And maybe like a more in-depth look at the game, like the story and stuff. Um, so there's that. Dang. Um, maybe something about PSVR 2, maybe? I don't know. Uh, um, do you ever have those times where you just can't think of anything? Even though you want to talk about stuff, your brain's just like, sorry, but I can't think of anything. Yeah. So PlayStation Home, I know I keep saying that with every single big event that just so happens to do with Sony. But sooner or later it's gonna come out on PS5. It'll be like shadow dropped. It's just a big fucking surprise. Uh anyway, so there's that. There's Sonic. Dream Settler, which again, it could also be at this event because here's the thing. Oh, what? What the fuck? There's a moth that flew right in front of my face. Sorry about the clap. He's just like, hi there. And I tried to kill him, and he's just like, ah! Flew away. Yeah, we've been having to deal with the pantry moths again. Because somebody forgot to close the bag in the pantry that had to do with stuff. Which is, stupid. Anyway, I just realized whenever I was playing that trailer, I completely forgot that I turned off the desktop audio. I'm stupid, okay? Let's see. I really can't think of anything at all. What I will say, and this is off topic, but I really do apologize for the other night on my Twitch stream whenever I basically had a meltdown during that part. Like the final part of the game, which, again, like I'm still pissed off about that. How I played through the game in story difficulty. The easiest difficulty in the game. But the second that there's another antagonist and he decides, yeah, you know what? Screw you, screw your brother, and go fuck yourself. And all of a sudden, just military operator drone things just murder you every 5 seconds. Like, seriously, what are you supposed to do? And bear in mind, I was properly equipped. The problem is, though, the game just threw a massive freaking curveball at me. Like, I went through the game with very minimal deaths. But now, because of those drone things, it's the equivalent of someone punching you in the face, saying they're sorry, and then doing it again, and doing that over and over and over. It's annoying. But anyway, so, let's see, PlayStation Home. Oh yeah, Stray. I know Stray is gonna get announced. That was a bad voice crack. Um, I don't really know what else, really. I don't. Oh, one thing I know for sure is that uh, Elden Ring is probably going to get a DLC announcement. Bear in mind, I'm not a leaker or anything. It's just I have a hunch that that's going to happen. Because a game like that, come on, it's got to have DLC, right? Right? Maybe? I don't know. Uh, I don't know. By the way, the stream's not going to be terribly long. It's probably just going to be like another 2 minutes. But let's see. So I have my hope, which is PlayStation Home. I have my speculation, which is the Elden Ring DLC. My expectation, which is Sonic Frontiers, and just I don't really know, honestly. Like, I'm not really that good at doing a whole bunch of expectations and stuff. Oh yeah, and Call of Duty is gonna be there for sure. Um, yeah, I honestly don't know. But good God, that logo looks terrible. It really, really does. Hmm. Yeah. So, what I can say is that I can at least expect a little bit of Sony, alright? But, you know, like I said earlier, this thing is going to be like an hour and a half to 2 hours long, most likely, depending on what goes on. Um, but I will say, though, I will say that this event is going to be lasting from, yeah, it's going to be lasting from, technically it started on the second last month, or no, not month, last week, and that was the State of Play, but that was sort of like a teaser, basically, like, it's sort of like a meal, I guess you could say, where it's like, you got the appetizer, and then you got the main course, got a little bit of dessert, you got more meals, and then by the time it's all done, you're full. But here's the thing. I feel like Sony's going to be there in a fairly decent way. Now, don't quote me on that. But I feel like that state of play, they only did that just to get a few things out of the way, because they might have like a big announcement here at the Summer Game Fest. Because as Jeff said, even though this showcase is primarily focusing on games that have already been announced, that's not to say there can't be new announcements and surprises. And trust me, he likes to surprise a lot. So that's all I can say. And the surprises are good, by the way. But in any case, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I know the stream was very short. I was planning on it being longer, but I just couldn't really think of anything else beyond those few things that I said. But I think the whole reason is because I just want to be surprised by this whole thing. So trust me on this. Things are going to get very, very interesting. Trust me on that. But with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, then follow me if you'd like. And I will be uploading the stream to YouTube tomorrow morning as a VOD. But what I will say is, if any of my things are wrong, don't complain to me, okay? I'm sorry if the things that I said may not be correct. I mean, I know 2 of them are going to be correct. Sonic's going to be there. Call of Duty is definitely going to be there. He confirmed it. But, the other things, however, that's what I'm unsure of. Like, again, I'm not a leaker. I'm not one of those insiders or anything like that. I'm just someone who speaks their mind. But I have a hunch that there are going to be some very good surprises. But we're just going to have to play this by ear. But all I'm going to say for now is be prepared, because this is going to be one massive event. And personally, I cannot wait. I'm excited. And if it's anything that I know about Jeff Keighley, is that he's an awesome guy. He goes above and beyond for these things. I mean, come on. He used what limited stuff he had in 2020 for the showcase. For the Game Awards. Last year, the Game Awards were bigger and better than ever because it was kind of in person. And of course, this year is going to be even better because things have calmed down a lot. Well, except for the Ukraine thing, but yeah. But in any case, thank you for watching. See you later.